Unfortunately, it's the weirdest part to me is like having the whole world know kind of like personal stuff about me when I like write it. You know what I mean? Like, and like just kind of putting everything out there and not really thinking about it. You know, and then having people like comment on stuff like that. But you know, if I wasn't doing that, then you know, like we've gotten messages from people who've read it and like, you know, gotten a positive thing out of something that I wrote, or like a part of like that Dickie wrote for the music or something like that. So it's working out for how it is. You know, I really like the fact that people can dig what we're doing, but it's still kind of hard having like, you know, everyone know every little thing about us and kind of being scrutinized all the time. But the funniest thing that I thought was that we sounded like we played in Boise, Idaho, and some kid said that it was they had all graduated, and some kid told us that we sounded like As I Lay Dying. I thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was pretty cool.
Did you feel insulted by that?
Oh no, because it's if they're comparing us to something that they like, it's kind of like, you know, they're finding something in us that they like, you know. So they're kind of, you know, driving from whatever knowledge of, you know, whatever they listen to, you know. So I think it's cool.
Where do you think society is heading? Where would you rather see it head?
Well, I think personally society is on the outs. I think we're at the very end of, like, you know, human existence. Like, not the very end, but, you know, within the next 200 years, the world's going to be a completely different place. You know, we're draining every single thing that the world has given to us. So I think, you know, we're on our way out. I guess it's been a good haul. We've had like over 2,000 years, so, but that's just me being extremely down on the world. So
people are changing for the worse.
Yeah, you look around, there's no knowledge in people, you know, people aren't up on current day things. There's like more people watching like American Idol and voting for the president, you know, that kind of shit is like, you know, you see that and you're just like, oh, okay, alright, well, that's where we're heading, you know, so what the fuck are you gonna do? You gotta live your day, you know, you gotta keep the people around you that you like and that you care about. That's pretty much all you can do.
And your new 7-inch, Love Can Save Me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just came out. I think it came out last Tuesday.
Cool.
It's 3 songs. I'm really into it. Deathwish put it out. We got the new one comes with download cards, so for people who don't do the 7-inch thing, comes with a download card, you can download it. So cool. That's really cool. 2008.
Fucking up with the times, right?
Yeah, up with the times. Okay. Up with the times.
On the 7-inch, I mean, your brand of hardcore really has evolved to a more somber, almost doom-like feel. Mm-hmm. What exactly accounts for this change in style? What influences are inspiring you as of late?
Musically, it's hard to say really musically. I think we kind of take influence from like bands really. I mean, it's hard to say in particular, but I think more or less it was just our way to try and like have our music progress a little bit, you know. And I think just as you know, as we wrote the songs, they kind of just started to take their own feel. And that was the direction we went in. I'm happy with it though. I mean, I think it's a good progression from 1 year later. So.
The artwork on your releases is not really typical to hardcore in terms of, you know, themes and stuff. Who does your art, and what image of the band do you want to project, or do you aim to project with your covers and stuff?
Ken Stewart does our art. Like, he's a longtime friend. We met him. Like, our old band used to play with his old band, and we just kind of got in touch with him for the demo. We did the artwork for the demo. Then he ended up doing the artwork for the first 7-inch that came out on Words of War, then the full length, and then the new one. And I just really like his style. Like you said, no one really has artwork like that, so it's have something different that people can kind of be like, oh yeah, I see that guy, or I see that style of artwork, and they can kind of relate it to us. So I think that's kind of cool.
Hold on a sec.
Yeah. Motorcycles.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Easy Rider over there.
I know.
Being from Boston, I mean, how have you seen the city, well, I guess the scene change since the city made its big comeback to the hardcore world in the late 90s?
Yeah.
How have you seen things change since then?
Like, for me, like, because I'm only 20, so I've only seen so much of it, but it's the best place to be. Like, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Like, there's the best shows, the best vibes, the best people. Well, yeah, best people, best, pretty much best everything overall for hardcore and current day stuff. Like, I don't know anywhere else you can go and have like an average show and have that show be like off the hook every single time, you know. It's always a lot of fun. There's a lot of cool venues and stuff, so trying to keep it very up to date, I guess, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah. Bands like American Nightmare, Hope Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Those were some of the biggest bands of this, Boston uprising. To what extent did those bands influence you, or did they pave the way for
us?
Yeah.
Like, those are the bands that, like, everyone listens to, especially in our band. I know every time, like, him or, like, Fred, you check their iPod, they're always listening to background music, it's just cool because having, like, those bands who were such groundbreaking for the time be from, like, our area, it's really cool to have that kind of, like, home-based thing. We get the Red Sox and we got American Nightmare, it's like, it's the same thing. It's really cool.
Talk a little bit about, I guess, the influence of post-hardcore on you, and particular bands or movements that influence you guys.
Our guitarist, actually, he's into a lot of that, like, late 90s, like, post-hardcore stuff like that. I mean, that definitely influences him a lot because, that's predominantly what he's into. Like, of course, he's into hardcore and stuff like that, but I think it takes a lot of shape in, like, the music he writes. Not just hardcore, like generic riffs and stuff like that, but yeah, I mean, it definitely plays a strong influence on the music he writes. I just got the easy part. I just played the drums. That's pretty much it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a hard hitter.
Thanks, man.
How'd you get started?
My mom tried to buy me a drum set when I was in the 6th grade, and I told her I didn't want one, so she bought me one when I was in the 7th grade. That's it. I've been playing ever since.
Good thing.
Yeah.
What trends in hardcore do you feel could be, dragging down the ideals of, unity and awareness?
Like, I think a lot of the stuff's kind of like, a lot of stuff has become very, like, almost commercialized in a certain aspect of it, you know what I mean? Like, it's all about, like, the clothes that you're wearing and the shoes that you're rocking, but that's kind of holding it down from what I guess it potentially could be, but I'm not really up with that kind of stuff, so I shouldn't be talking about it, I guess. I don't know. It's my personal feel on it,
Cool.
But
what are some values that you guys hold, either individually or as a band?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
We don't really stand for anything in particular, really. We're just kind of
Like-
stupid young kids.
yeah, like a lot of a lot of bands obviously have like their own message and stuff like that, and like a lot of the stuff that we talk about is like the older stuff was a lot of personal stuff that I went through, and then the newer stuff's kind of just evolving into like other, God knows what I'm even thinking about when I'm writing half of it, but it's different from other bands because I know other bands have like solid messages behind what they're saying, but like it's cool to see that sometimes kids can take what I say and what the music actually feels, and they can like find a meaning in it, and that's awesome because if you look, you can look for meaning in anything, and you can find a meaning in anything. It's all across the board. You can find something and grasp to it, but it's cool to see that kids are kind of like digging what we're doing because we're just kind of doing it for ourselves, and they're kind of getting liking it, so it's really cool.